Sacramento City students, family, and friends. We welcome you with open paws to the Panthers Post. I'm your favorite host, Nia Nichols, and I have a couple of guests with me here today. Introduce yourself, guys.
Hi, I'm Latasha Harris. I am the president of the Club and Events Board, and I also work with the Post Resource Center.
Hello, everybody. My name is Malik Johnson. I'm also a Ashé peer mentor. I'm also a basketball player, and I'm also the vice president of the men chapter.
Perfect. Thank you guys for participating and coming here with me today. I think we have some really good conversations to be had for our students. So I want to jump right into it. Of course, you know, this podcast is to always encourage our students to be the best successful students that they can be. So I want to introduce our segment, Prepare to be a Panther. You get it? Because the pause. I just love that so much. Okay. I'm trying to hypen up the school spirit with this. So in order to prepare yourself to be a Panther, we do have resources on campus that assist a large group of our students. I know that I mentioned before that the minority on this campus is the majority. And so one of the resources that are extremely helpful that have, I think, helped everyone at this table at some point on this campus is the Ashé Center.
Yes.
Malik, with you being a peer mentor with the Ashé Center, tell us a bit about the resources that they provide.
Man, we provide so many resources, programs, presentations, workshops. So for my position, I help Black and brown students help schedule their counseling appointments to meet with their counselors. I also do workshops. I actually had a workshop called Navigating Black Man's Purpose, where I talk about finding your purpose, what you're really passionate about, what is your goal after you leave here at Sacramento City College. We also have great programs such as PACE, where we go to Ghana and we stay out there for 30 days. It's very hot, so be prepared.
I could imagine.
Man,
Ooh,
it's dry heat,
Lord.
man, but it's beautiful. You get to learn about the culture. Of course, you're going to be eating good. They're going to make sure you eat good. Big backing over here.
Yeah.
But it's just so beautiful, man, and the siding and everything is beautiful. We also have BSU, Black Student Union. We also have She. She is a sisterhood development where all the sisters come together. They share. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. They share their ideas. They bond. They talk about what they can give back to the youth and community. It's very amazing.
I love to hear that. I know that she has been in talks for a while.
Yes.
So it's safe to say that, they're open, they're getting started with their program.
Yes.
That's beautiful to hear. Let's touch base on Ghana for a bit because I think that the first trip might have been last year.
Yeah.
Was it?
No, this year.
This year
Yeah,
is the
yeah,
first trip.
Yeah.
This past June. That's great. Did you attend?
Yes, of course I attend.
How was that experience for you?
My experience, everybody have their own key idea. Why are they going to Ghana? Mine was specifically to find my purpose and peace. It's mostly when you just go back, especially when you meet the people there, they always say welcome home. They always say that.
I know that's a beautiful feeling.
It's a beautiful feeling. They say welcome home. They treat you like their own, like your brother, your auntie, uncle. It's amazing, man. Especially like the culture there. There's a lot of areas, especially when we went hiking. There's this one where there's like a bridge where you cross a bridge. It's very high up. It's like 300 feet. If you guys want to participate.
Oh Lord.
How you guys good with heights?
I'm okay if I'm not looking down.
I'm scared of heights.
Oh man.
Oh man, you gotta stay
Scared
looking
of heights,
up.
can't swim.
Oh
Yeah. Speaking of swimming, the beach area is beautiful. The horses go on the beach area. You can ride on the horses as well.
Oh, wow.
It's very beautiful, man. And I'm also going back again as staff. So
Okay.
yeah. So we're doing a part 2.
That's beautiful. I'm so glad that after that first experience that it's able to continue and allow other people to go.
Yes.
I know sometimes when we start things off, they don't they're not able to be consistent with it. So that's a beautiful thing.
Shout out to Pace. KT, shout out to Pace.
Shout out to KT. I hear a lot
KT,
about him.
yeah.
I know he's super helpful within our community.
Yes.
Is he also the advisor for Amen?
He No.
Or am I mistaken?
He's
No,
a Moja.
Yeah, he's a
Oh,
Moja. He's
okay,
an advisor for
Moja.
Moja. Tony is our advisor for men.
Mm-hmm.
And speaking of a man,
Yeah, let us know about it.
yeah,
Let us
speaking of
know,
a
let
man,
us
a
know.
man is a African American, especially for young black males development. We mostly mentor them, advocacy,
Mm-hmm.
and we just give them game because every year we go to LA and there's a men conference. We stay
Mhm.
out there for 3 days, LA Live, nice hotel and everything, but it's just these dope workshops and presentations of schools across, CSUs, HBCUs,
Mhm.
principals, doctors, very people that's like made an impact in the black community. They
Mhm.
just give speeches. They give, motivate the young black youth to,
I know that's
yeah,
right.
to find out what they want to be. Same with the Navigating Purpose. I actually did a presentation out there,
Mm-hmm.
and it was amazing, man. It was very emotional. It was great. Yeah.
These are beautiful experiences. A lot of
Yes.
people think that like working on campus and working within the education system is like pointing at kids
Yeah,
all day
no.
or just kind of like paperwork, and it's like we get to experience so much and like we get to really rub shoulders with some high society folks. I mean, for me, where I came from, when I step into those rooms, it's a beautiful experience to know like, wow, I could take it a step further
Yes.
than my small town ideas, or like it's just so much more for me to accomplish out there. And there are people that have already taken those steps on a path that can guide me there too. So
Yes.
I know that's a beautiful experience. I'm
Yes.
glad that you get to experience that. I hope that a lot of you guys watching and tuning in could take your time to go to the Ashé Center, speak with Malik, and get into get into Ashé, and so that you're able to have these connections, and they're life lasting. The connections that you make now could really boost your career in ways that you don't even think about at this moment.
Right.
Do you remember when we went to that gala this past December?
Yeah, I remember the gala.
That was such a nice moment for us. Shout out to Dr. Anderson, our previous Dean of Engagement and Completion.
Shout out to Dr.
Yes,
Anderson.
Yeah, she
absolutely.
got us into this gala, and I can't quite remember the details. I know it's done every year, but we were just able to make some great connections there. And it was, again, one of those moments where I'm like, wow, little brown girl could really make it out.
right.
This is
Right.
so nice.
And yeah.
So yeah, shout out to
The
those.
Black Chamber of Commerce.
Yeah,
Gala.
yeah, that's what it was. The Black Chambers of Commerce. And so with you working in Ashé, what was your experience with that? And what has Ashé done for you?
The Ashé Center, it helps me break out of my shell and be more engaged and understand what's going on, because everybody can agree here that goes to Sacramento City College. Our main goal is to graduate. We can all agree on that.
Yes,
It's
absolutely.
to get up out of here, go to either you want to start on your business, either you want to continue with colleges like, Sac State or any other CSUs or HBCUs. If you just want to get started on the job, you can. That's mostly the main goal, and that's what they focus and push into. But mostly the Ashé Center, it's really a family. It really is. Especially shout out to my big brother T, aka Selassie.
Okay, what's up, Selassie?
Yeah, that's my brother, man.
And
Lisa Hayden.
Yes, we love Miss Hayden.
Nay, we also are new peer mentors. Chanel, also Talea, Gerald, and also rest in power to Taylor McClure.
Rest in
Yeah.
power, Taylor.
Taylor also had an idea like this, actually, called the Blue Cups Girls, or just Blue Cup. I
That's
think
so
that's what it's called.
cute.
Yeah, and it's just mostly just her talking about anything. It's just
Yeah.
having just a great convo with other black people in the community and see how they, what ideas they can spread and stuff. So, yeah, I miss her, man. Rest in peace to Taylor, man.
Rest in peace to
rest in peace.
Taylor.
Yes.
Let's have a quick moment of silence for her.
Yes.
Yes, rest in power, Taylor McClure. I met her briefly. We had a few interactions, and she was one of the people that really broke me out of my shell. So I could agree with that with Ashé. Like, I really did just used to walk around so quiet, like just saying.
I was the same way. I was the same way.
Like, don't even look at me too long, please. I got my head down, my earphones on. Like, let me just beeline it to class. But she definitely did inspire me and just like let me know, like, girl, you're beautiful, you have a great smile, you have a great personality, like let people see that. And so it's a blessing that her power lives on,
Yes.
still on this campus.
Yes.
So rest in power to her.
Yes. And fun fact, she also one of the students that helped brought back the Ashé Center, because it started in 2019, and then COVID, terrible year, and then it kind of like went down for a bit, but she's the one that's like, put out flyers telling people about the Ashé, come through Ashé, and really brought it back up. So yeah, her spirit lives on.
Yes. Well, I know that was a tough time that happened at the beginning of this year, right before we came back from winter break, I believe. And I believe that brings us to talk about mental health.
Yes.
Tasha, are you aware of some ways that our students could receive mental health services on this campus?
Yes. In the health department, they do offer mental health services. You can make online appointments. You can go in person. They do have off-campus resources available too that they can refer you to. They have therapy. You get, I believe it's 15 or 16 free sessions.
That's good.
It's free. And we also, me and Nia, as part of our job, we do have access to mental health referrals. So if we do come across a student that say that they're, asking for mental health services, we are able to submit their information and need and have mental health reach out to them.
That's great, man. That's great.
Yeah, we understand that mental health is a very touchy subject sometimes. But nonetheless, we want to talk about it and prepare you guys to be a successful student, because at the end of the day, we are not just students, we are whole human beings, and we all have lives outside of this, right? And so when students experience things like grief and go through maybe traumatic situations, but you still have to show up as a student every day, that definitely can take a toll on you. So I just want to take a moment to remind you guys that if you go onto sacramentocitycollege.losrios.edu and you check out the tabs under campus life, you'll run into student health and wellness, and you'll also find a tab called mental health and wellness. And in this tab, you'll be able to find online therapy called Better Mind. You can sign up right from that website. You put your information in, you download the app, and you're immediately able to connect with virtual teletherapy and set the schedules as you want to. You can also pick your own therapist. You can also find therapy and advocacy, where you are able to meet with the student health and wellness therapist or advocate. This is also in person or online. Again, if you go to this website, even if you're in a rush, just go to the Sacramento City College website and search mental health and wellness. I promise you, you'll find tabs that answer all of your questions. If you're planning on transferring and you haven't talked to a transfer counselor yet, I'm going to have to touch your hand when I say this. You might miss your mark. It's really important for you to talk to the transfer center so you can make sure that your ed plan matches the requirements of your dream transfer school. Brandon, do you know any helpful tips about the transfer center?
Helpful tips about the transfer center? Well, first of all, you should have at least a couple semesters in to see where you're standing at. That would be the first thing to do. And then talk to your counselors these once or twice a semester to see where you're going at. And then other thing is start looking around what you want to do. Do you want to stay in the state of California for schools? There's plenty of good ones. UCLA, Berkeley. So there's a lot of those.
Yeah.
Then if you want to go out of state, mom and dad will pay for that one. But yeah, but
you gotta find the funding first.
Start looking. And sometimes if you go on family vacation or vacations, start looking at the schools that are around there. Start looking at, you're gonna make that commitment. Start looking at what.
It's really important for you to first find the interest of the school that you want to transfer to. If you need some help with that, you are always more than welcome to meet with the university representative. The best way for you to do that is to go to the Sacramento City College Transfer Center. what you want to do is find the student resource tab, hit counseling and transfer, and find the transfer center. When you scroll through there, you'll be able to sign up for the UC Davis workshops. You'll also be able to schedule an appointment with the university representative where they'll discuss admission requirements, impacted majors, and major requirements, and just general questions about the application process. You can also just meet with the transfer staff in the transfer center. If you don't know where to find that, walk into Rhoda Hall North and go towards the end where the counseling center is, and you'll see that big sign that introduces you to the transfer center, where you can find out all of the field trips that they have throughout the semester and talk with the representative that could help you with assisting and transferring to a HBCU, a UC, an out-of-state college, and any virtual resources available for you.
Oh, also, remember, Rise also goes on field trips too.
Rise does go on
Yeah,
field trips to other colleges around California, and so that's also a great resource to utilize is the Rise, and you can find Rise in Rhoda Hall South. I can't think of the number.
I can't remember the number. You
But
can't get lost.
you can't miss it in Rhoda Hall South. That's just one huge hallway.
And they're
You'll
expanding,
find
too.
it to your left or right, depending on the side you go into. But make sure you check in with Rise. Make sure you check in with any of your counselors regarding the Transfer Center. Again, Transfer Center is Rhoda Hall North. And you'll find it right next to the counseling department. There's a huge sign that says Transfer Center. Please, they're the friendliest people you can meet over there. There are UC representatives in there all the time. If you want to get out of state, now's the time to, get your ducks in a row.
Yep.
So definitely check out the Transfer Center. Have any of you ever been to therapy before?
I have.
How was that experience for you?
Well, it wasn't here at Sacramento City College. It was at Kaiser. But just the overall experience of therapy, I'm not going to lie. The first time when you express how you feel to your therapist, it's very hard. It's very tough. And you feel very uncomfortable. You don't really want to open your shell out.
It's
but
too vulnerable.
It's too vulnerable,
Yeah.
yes. But once they, listen, they keep asking you questions, they keep, then that's when you feel relaxed, and then you just express how you feel. You are gonna cry. I don't care what nobody say. You are gonna cry.
It's okay to cry.
Yeah, you have to be big macho man all
Yeah.
the time, man. It's okay to let your emotions have the best of you. So overall, my experience with therapy, it really helps, man. It really helps.
Yeah.
So if you guys need any help with mental, issues that you guys are going on with your lives, with family issues, school, job, anything, make sure you use those resources that we are providing for you so it can help you to, just have a better growth mindset,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I just want to address, because, there is a stigma around mental health, going to therapy or seeing a psychiatrist
Absolutely.
and all that. I just want to say that for your own well-being, just like, we use our friends and family members as therapists and talk, but they don't give us the best
Healthy advice.
Yeah. So I just wanted to make sure to mention that too.
Of course, that is super important. I know that part of mental health is, yes, having family and friends support around you, but you can't depend on them to diagnose you or to even give you proper advice. Because no shade, I mean, y'all are in the same situation. You know what I mean? Probably grew up with the same background, dealing with the same issues, and it's just like the blind leading the blind. So if you guys are dealing with any mental health issues, make sure you call 916-286-3662. You can also email mentalhealth@losrios.edu for any assistance regarding your mental health. If you need to talk to someone immediately, you can also text 988 to Lifeline to talk to someone now. But just always remember, we at SCC, we care about you guys. And mental health does not need to be a stigma. That also brings us into a harsh realization that these months, November, December, January, they have the highest suicide rates.
Yeah.
Because, they say that fall and winter depression starts to kick in.
Yeah.
My experience with therapy was also the same. It was very vulnerable, hard for me to get past that wall of being vulnerable, especially with a stranger, right? But as my therapist got me to open up, it just was like a weight off of my shoulders.
Man.
Like I was just walking outside like I could see clear.
And do you have like a daily routine, like how many times you meet your therapist? Or?
When I initially started, it was twice a week.
Okay, that's good.
At the time, I was just had some major changes happening in my life. But as I was able to talk through those things, it's down to once a week. And then I think pretty soon we're probably going to do like every other week, just as check-ins, just to make sure I'm staying to my schedule and time managing. Because I think that's another big part of mental health, being a student, having class, having work, and whatever changes are going on in your life, and you're not sticking to a schedule, and you're staying up all night because you're in a depressive mode, and you know,
trying to get that
Speak
homework
on it.
done.
Speak
you're
on
trying
it.
to stay up and study all night. You got a test in the morning, and you cramming like that. Lack of time management can affect your mental health.
Yes, it can.
seriously.
Yes. And I just want to, just to backpack off that, me wearing multiple hats, with the job at the Ashé, me playing basketball, me also taking classes here. It's hard, man. It's really it's hard. It's not easy being a college student, especially when you're active.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're active, you really want to be involved in the community. It's going to be a weight on your shoulders, but that's what we are here for. That's where we are here to make sure that you guys have a smooth semester and you guys don't have, too much weight on your shoulders.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Tasha, what are some red flags that you see within yourself, or maybe that you see in your friends that say, friend, maybe you should take a self-care day, or maybe I should take a self-care day?
Well, for me, when I need to like take a step back or whatever, I get a little frustrated with myself because I'm not doing the performance that I know that I can. So I over judge myself, not that it's someone else doing it to me. So I try to take a step back and don't do nothing. Like, I don't worry about homework.
Yeah.
I don't worry about the kids. They hold it up. They gonna take care. Everything is gonna fall in place. I have to remind myself that everything is gonna be all right.
And give yourself some grace, right? Yeah.
Yes.
What about you, Tank? Malik, I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. Hey, listen, I go by Malik. I go by Tank. I go by Koshivi Sananu. That's my given name in Ghana. It's all good.
That's beautiful.
But for me, it's just mostly I just listen to my body. If my body said, "Listen, bro, you need to sit down,"
you sit down.
Like, listen, it's like you just need to pay attention to yourself because nobody knows you better than you. So if this is a day where you just need to, like, hey, listen, man, I need some rest. I just want to take a break. Do it. Listen, don't try to force your way. If you want to thug it out, you can. If you want to, push through those barriers, you can. But my best advice, if it's too much for you, man, just
don't break yourself.
Yeah, don't break yourself, man.
Yeah,
you're human at the end of the day.
It's also known that stress is the #1 killer, right?
Yes.
And that's mental health also. If you're stressing yourself out, that could definitely take a toll on your body, because our bodies have safety mechanisms that go into place when you're overworking. Your body might just shut down.
Yes,
right. Mine, I can feel when mine's like is ready to shut down. I'm like, yeah, my body trying to shut down.
That's me. For me, my body will I would be like, why I'm trying to take all these naps, like,
man.
But it's really because, girl, you have not gotten 8 hours of sleep in this whole week.
Taking like 5 naps a day.
I love me a good nap.
Yes.
Yeah, no, power naps are essential, though. Like, a good power nap will get you right back in action, but not if you're sleeping 4 hours a night and then taking a power nap and then doing it all over again. Like, that is not the proper way to go. That's not what we're supposed to be doing.
Create a schedule.
You got to create a schedule. Are you interested in the photography club? Do you like photography in general, or maybe you're interested in the genre at all? Make sure you go to the photo club department on the 2nd floor on November 18th so you can join the photography club. They have their meetings every other Monday. It's Monday, right?
Yep.
Every other Monday they have their club meetings where you can just learn more information and get really in tune with your passion or your interest in photography. And then again, like peer support is also important. So that kind of brings me into our next topic is that as Secretary of Outreach and Development with the Student Council, I've
Hello.
been right. I've been talking to a lot of students on campus and just trying to see where everybody's mind is. I also went to a space utilization, and a lot of the feedback that I got is that ever since COVID, our campus is so boring. We don't have enough events. What do you guys think about that rhetoric?
You want to go first?
Go ahead.
That's how you know he got a lot to say. You want to go first to get it out the way
Yeah,
because
yeah,
I
yeah.
got something to say.
You know, I can't speak on everybody's experience, how they, first of all, school is not for everybody. I just want to say that. School is not for
Yeah.
everybody. But I do not want to, like, downgrade the fact that we do have dope programs here. You know, you can still have, you know, a great time here. There's still so many events, like, for example, Paste, when we was about to go to Ghana, we have a guy named Gino. He's also from Cameroon. He came all the way here and do like a week workshop of just showing us his music, teaching us the history in Cameroon and Africa, teaching us the languages. It was amazing. It was fun. And also they have open gym in the South Gym. It's like you got to find these areas
Yeah.
to fit in. You feel me? And for me, how I started off, I wasn't like that. I was not involved at all in the community. I was mostly, you know, again, I was a quiet kid. I was quiet. But as soon as I broke out of my shell, I started finding these other resources and other
Yeah.
avenues, and starting to like, oh, okay, this is this is.
Once you lock in,
Yeah,
it's
once you
just
lock
like
in, yeah.
opportunity after opportunity, network after network.
And that's the thing, you want more, and you
Mhm.
want to do more. And for any person that's out there that feel like, oh yes, I don't think me and school don't have a connection, I find that false.
Yeah.
You can find a connection in school. You just have to meet with the right people and the right, you know, workshops or presentations or anything to help
I
you get through
totally
it.
agree.
Yeah.
Be proactive. You
Yeah,
have
be
to-
active, man.
You
Yeah.
have to go and look for like. I started last fall, and I was attending the Summer Bridge, and I've been to college before, and then I realized it was all these high school students, right? So, but I still sat the 2 days
Yeah.
through the process, and out of it, I got a job working with Post.
Amen.
Hey, hello.
And after my first semester, because working with Post, they seen a leader in me. I'm on the student council.
Right.
I'm the president of the clubs and events board
I know
now.
that's right. Look at full schedules. I love this. I
Yes.
love this.
And I'm a student. I take my classes online, so I'm available to participate in all these activities on campus through the day, work, go to the meetings for the council. When Ashé have an event, I'm there to support them. I'm spreading the word. And any of the Infinity programs or departments that's on campus that's have an event, I go to it. I go and see what it is that they're doing. What are they doing in their program? So when I do come across another student, I can share that information with them.
Yes.
Yeah, I definitely think that if you are bored on campus, I think that's on your own accord. You may not be tapped into the right avenues. You may not be socializing with the students in your class. You're not talking to people in the quad. I know the cafeteria is, well, it's large enough to socialize there.
Yeah.
So I think for those people that say campus is boring, you really just have to tune into your resources. And that's another reason why we created this podcast. You know, we want to hear this feedback. We want to get the news out to you. Because if you are the type of person that hops out the car, throw your big old beats on, put your sunglasses on, and beeline into campus, you're never going to know what's happening on campus, right? So maybe this could help for you more, what's the word?
And I don't know why you look for that word, though. But
she said, "Why you look for the word?"
But also, we have bulletin boards all throughout campus
Yes.
where there are postings of different events that different departments are holding. So start looking at the boards.
Yeah, and also look at your e-services too.
Look
The
at your
e-services that also have
e-services.
announcements what's going on each week. So check out your e-services, go to calendars, and you can see what events that's going on.
I know
Student
that's
email
right. Yes.
too.
Yeah,
because
participate.
I know a lot of them
Be
use
engaged.
their regular email, so check your student email.
Yep.
a lot of stuff is sent to your student email.
And again, I know I'm going to say this 3,000 times per episode.
Keep saying it.
fcc.losrios.edu. Like, if you go on our website and you just go tab to tab, you'll find everything you're looking for.
Yeah.
The resources, you could go ahead and fill out a 3-minute Google form, and you're going to get recurring updates on all the events on campus anyway. Like, if you want to know all the information about Ashé, go ahead and sign up on the Google form so you could get those recurring updates. If you want to know about the Transfer Center, you could always sign up for their email list, their newsletter. There's so much stuff happening on campus, but you as a student, as an adult, we're not in high school anymore.
Exactly.
We're all adults.
Thank you.
You have to take that initiative to want better for yourself and to, just submerge yourself into campus life. It's not going to just come find you. You do have to find it.
Yes.
So our campus is not boring. Let's get that one.
That's
out
cap.
the way, right?
I'm
Big
not
cap.
wearing one, but it's cap.
So next, though, with people looking for resources on campus, another complaint that I've heard, and this is not often, but it is something I want to touch base on, is that some students feel like the first-facing employees on our campus are not as positive as they would like them to be. Sometimes they feel like they have to dig out information from the employees instead of it being just kind of voluntarily given to them.
Yeah.
Right? So one example that I got was someone was looking for counseling services, and essentially they were like, oh, we're booked. I don't know what to tell you, Buki. You got to wait for a couple of more weeks.
Yep.
And it's like they weren't offered any alternative options to assist them. And so have you guys experienced stuff like that, or what are your thoughts on that?
Well, for me, even though we call the black students on campus, and so when I tell them, I let students know, the main counseling department is not the only department that you can get a counseling appointment. So I push them to the Ashé Center. I push them to the Rise Center.
And thank you for that.
Yeah, so there's other departments on campus that you can go and get services, tutoring services, peer mentor. You don't have to, there's not, just because there's a specific department, the main department for counseling, main department, the Learning Center for tutoring, there's still these affinity departments that have the same services.
And for me is that, I do be hearing that a lot too, especially when students trying to find a counseling appointment. If it's just a simple counseling appointment. Yeah, they told me to come over here. I can't find myself a counseling appointment, and I help them right away. Or if we're booked, I would walk up and I walk to them to another apartment where they need to get the resources. I do more because not only is my job, but I want to make sure you're successful. And for the students that's not like getting like the proper care or the treatment of the lack of resources that we don't provide, I say just keep finding the people that is going to make sure that you're going to get the resources that you need. Because I hear that a lot as well. I'm not going to lie. Yeah.
I would say be encouraged.
Yeah, be encouraged.
Be encouraged.
Yeah.
So a bit of my quick story is I definitely was, I tried to do college my first year out of high school. But I came to a campus. It wasn't this one, but I went to the campus, and I felt like everyone already knew what was going on, and I did not. And I didn't know where to find out what was going on. Like, I was signing up for classes, and I didn't know that I was in an 8-week class until I missed a day. And my professor was like, girl, you got so much to catch up on. And I was like, what do you mean? I didn't miss one day. Like, what are you talking about? And I didn't even realize the difference between a 16-week class and an 8-week class. Like, I was just so lost. So my second time around, I definitely took the initiative to come on campus during the summertime when no one was here and just plug myself in every little thing I could. And I remember, I can't remember this guy's name, but I think you'll know him. He has a seeing disability. He works in admissions.
I think I know you're talking about.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
I cannot think of his name, but he was one of the few first interactions that I had, and I was just so shy and so quiet. And he doesn't visualize; he hears everything. So I'm talking to him in this like silent, like, can you help me find? He's like, girl, you got to speak up. Be encouraged. You are on this campus. You need to find what you're looking for. Ask for it. Ask for it proudly.
I think I know his name. Are you talking about Jeffrey?
I think so.
I think, yeah, because I remember he did. Yeah, I do.
He
remember
worked
Jeffrey.
in admissions.
Yeah,
for a
he
little.
did. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
shout out to Jeffrey, man.
Yeah, shout out to him. He encouraged me so much. And it was just that one interaction, and I left admissions, and I was walking through Rhoda Hall like, oh yeah, I got this. Don't worry about it.
Yep.
And so I think that's a big thing of it. You do find some faculty employees or, even student service support that will really encourage you and assist you. Even in my role, I'll get up from my desk like, oh, you looking for this? Let me walk you over there. So make sure you have exactly what you need. You want me to talk to them for you? She said she needed it.
Right.
So, I think you just have to be encouraged if you do happen to run into one of those. Just go to the next person. Like, we're all here to help you. You cannot let anybody discourage you from the path that you are written to take. So sorry to the people that have experienced that, but that is absolutely not what we promote here at Sacramento City College for our students.
We want to see you successful.
Amen.
So come find one of us, the Ashé Center or the Post Resource Center. We'll help you.
Located in the South Gym, STC 105.
Or South Gym upstairs 226.
Yep.
And you'll find all the resources that you need. All right, guys. Well, it was a great time speaking with you guys today. I know that we all work in the same building. We'll definitely have more time to chat. But I do appreciate you coming onto the Panthers Post, sharing your wisdom and your thoughts. And we hope to see you again. If you have anything else to say to our students, let them know now.
I just want to say the students that are about to leave or the students that are about to come here to SCC or any Los Rios community you go to, be committed. Be committed, because if you want the life that you want, that you visualize, you got to put in that work. And again, what she said earlier, it's not going to be given to you. You have to want it yourself. So my best advice for you, man, is to first connect all the resources that we just mentioned and just get to work, man. Just get to work. We here to work, and we here to want better for ourselves. So yeah, reach your full potential and thrive.
Thank you, Malik. Thank you for that. That was a good word.
Yeah, I just say get connected, get involved. You are your best resource. So if you get connected with different students, even your professors, ask them. They could guide you to different departments and resources on campus as well. And yeah, that's it.
Perfect. Thank you so much, guys, for listening to the Panthers Post with your favorite host. We'll check in with you again. Bye.